Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've been following General Hospital for more years than I can count, and let me tell you, these writers sure know how to keep an old fella like me glued to the screen. The latest twists with Pascal Levesque have me scratching my head 1 minute and chuckling the next. It's just so typical of life in Port Charles, full of secrets, close calls, and folks who are stuck between a rock and a hard place. What really got me this time is finding out that Pascal Levesque is holding on to some mighty important information. That man knows things that could change everything for Sonny Corinthos and Lucas Jones. I mean, it's the kind of stuff that could turn the whole situation around. Lucas has been living at Windermere, going about his days like nothing's wrong, and the poor guy has no clue that Jocelyn Jacks is being held hostage right there under the same roof. Can you believe that? She's practically right in front of his eyes, and he doesn't even know it. It breaks my heart a little, thinking about how close danger can be without us realizing. Now, Pascal sees an opportunity here, and I don't blame him one bit. With Jen's Sidwell breathing down his neck, he needs every advantage he can get. Sidwell is convinced Pascal had a hand in Marco Rios's death, and that man is out for serious revenge. I tell you, when Sidwell sets his mind on something, it's like a storm coming straight at you. If he corners Pascal, I don't think Pascal will make it out alive. That's how tense things are right now. That's why I was so relieved when Sonny stepped in. Sonny's always been that guy who shows up when the chips are down. When he rescued Pascal, I was sitting on the edge of my couch, heart pounding. In that moment, Pascal opened up and spilled some information that left me completely stunned. He revealed Sidwell's biggest weakness, something so shocking and serious that I still have trouble believing it's true. It was one of those jaw-dropping moments where you just sit there thinking, well, I'll be darned. Because of that revelation, they might actually have a fighting chance to save Jocelyn and get her out of that nightmare. Sonny, being the clever man he is, has already started working on a plan. He wants to turn Pascal completely against Sidwell. He's hoping this will help him finally escape that terrible blackmail mess he's been dealing with Laura Collins. Lord knows Sonny's been carrying a heavy load lately. I think Pascal is starting to understand he doesn't have many options left. Pretty soon, he'll probably realize teaming up with Sonny and Laura is his best, maybe his only way out. Whether he likes it or not, he's going to have to play ball. Still, I had to smile a little when I thought about the other part. Pascal's not going to be too happy when he learns that Lucas is the reason Detective Joe Fitzpatrick came snooping around Windermere asking all those questions. Sometimes the smallest things come back around and stir up everything, don't they? It's like that old saying my grandpa used to say, one loose thread and the whole sweater starts unraveling. I've got to admit, this whole storyline has me hooked good. It's got danger, hidden truths, loyalty, and betrayal all mixed together. It reminds me so much of real life, how one person's secret can affect so many others. I can't wait to see what happens next. Will Sonny's plan work? Can they really save Jocelyn in time? And how mad is Pascal going to be when he connects all the dots? Man, these characters feel like old friends at this point. Some days they make me worry, other days they make me proud. That's why I keep coming back every single afternoon. There's just something special about watching them fight through all these troubles together. I'll be right here, coffee in hand, ready for whatever Port Charles throws at us next. The deeper this story goes on General Hospital, the more I find myself talking back to the TV like a fool. It seems like Lucas might start bragging about things right in front of Pascal pretty soon, and I can already picture the look on Pascal's face. That boy Lucas has a good heart, but sometimes he doesn't know when to keep quiet. Still, Pascal has way bigger problems to worry about than Lucas running his mouth. At the end of the day, Pascal's number one priority has to be staying alive. I've seen enough in this town to know that when you're caught between two dangerous men like Sonny and Sidwell, you don't have the luxury of playing both sides for long. I truly believe he'd be smarter to take his chances with Sonny, even if it's risky, rather than walk straight into almost certain death with Sidwell. Sidwell doesn't forgive, and he doesn't forget. If Pascal goes back to him empty-handed, it'll be the end of the road. The truth is, Pascal can't just stroll back into Windermere like everything's normal. If he tries that, he'll likely end up as nothing but a cold body lying on Sidwell's floor, just like what happened to poor Marco Rios. That thought gives me chills every time I think about it. But here's where I see a little hope. Maybe Pascal still has one clever card left to play. He could quietly give Lucas the code to that safe so the boy can pull out those blackmail photos. At least that would be something solid he can offer, a way to show good faith before things get even uglier. I have a strong feeling that at some point, Pascal is going to have no choice but to come clean and admit that Jocelyn Jacks is being held captive right there at Windermere. Keeping that kind of secret any longer could bring him nothing but serious, maybe even deadly consequences. Secrets in Port Charles have a way of exploding at the worst possible moment, and this one is just too big to stay buried. Once the truth comes out, it's going to shake up a lot of lives. And let me tell you about Sonny. That man doesn't play around when it comes to family. I'm pretty sure Sonny would take Pascal out himself if he doesn't speak up about Jocelyn, especially knowing that his ex-wife's daughter was taken prisoner on Spoon Island. Sonny protects his own with everything he has, and when someone puts one of his kids in danger, well, let's just say he becomes a different kind of dangerous. Pascal must be lying awake at night worrying about that. He knows that if the whole scandal about Jocelyn leaks out some other way, Sonny could easily do to him exactly what Sidwell did to Marco. That kind of pressure would break most men. From everything I'm seeing in the latest spoilers, if Pascal is seriously thinking about turning Sonny into his new boss to survive this nightmare, then he needs to go all the way. No holding back, no half-truths, no trying to keep a little something for himself. He should put everything on the table, the information about Sidwell's weakness, the safe code, the full story about Jocelyn, because anything less just won't cut it. Sonny's smart enough to see through games, and right now Pascal needs Sonny's protection more than anything. I feel kind of sorry for Pascal, even though he's brought a lot of this on himself. Being stuck between a rock and a hard place like that can't be easy. On one side, you've got Sidwell ready to kill him, and on the other, you've got Sonny who might do the same if he doesn't cooperate fully. It really makes you think about how one bad decision can trap a person so completely. This whole storyline has me hooked like I haven't been in a long time. It's got danger around every corner, tough choices that feel real, and characters who are just trying to survive. I keep wondering what Pascal will do next. Will he take that leap of faith with Sonny? Will he trust Lucas enough to hand over that safe code? And most important of all, can they get Jocelyn out safely before it's too late? Man, these are the kind of stories that make me love General Hospital after all these years. It's messy, it's emotional, and it feels a lot like real life sometimes. I'll be sitting right here with my coffee every afternoon, watching to see how it all unfolds. These characters have been through so much, but somehow they keep fighting their way through. That's what keeps an old guy like me coming back. At the end of the day, I think Pascal is probably hoping that if he comes clean about Jocelyn being held hostage at Windermere, it'll prove his new loyalty to Sonny. Maybe that honesty will be enough to keep him alive in this dangerous game. Lord knows he needs something to tip the scales in his favor right now. What really excites me is how Pascal might still have one more surprise up his sleeve. He could end up catching Sonny, Lucas, and Laura completely off guard with whatever move he makes about Jocelyn. And that shock might be exactly what pushes Lucas to act fast and find a way to get her out of there as quickly as possible. After all, Lucas is still living at Windermere, so he's probably got the best chance of anyone to help set Jocelyn free. He's right there on the inside, even if he doesn't fully understand the danger yet. Sometimes the people closest to the fire are the ones who can put it out. From what the General Hospital folks are teasing, Pascal's got a big decision to make about how much truth he's willing to tell. He'll have to weigh it all carefully. Man, I can't wait to see how this all plays out. These stories always keep me coming back for more. So grab your coffee, settle into your favorite chair, and let's all tune into ABC to watch what happens next on General Hospital. You never know who's going to come out on top in Port Charles.